see you.
Nice to see you
I'm gonna
too.
go out and look at the other monitors in the other room.
Okay. That was nice. We had a good one.
It was very nice, and we were a little nervous because it was a weird setup, as you know. But it was
And
really
I came
fun.
into it, not having not had the best time in the morning. Do you remember that?
Yes, but it was really fun because Jason was breaking the three of you up like the whole time.
Oh,
It's
that's
really,
right.
It was. I'm bummed he's not here
great.
because some of us are like.
Is he not here?
I don't think so. I may be
Oh, I
wrong.
thought that I heard it. Maybe he's coming in for the show tonight. I was so excited.
And I'll be at the premiere too because I
Oh,
love
good.
this movie. And that's
so
the
glad.
cool thing is because when I interviewed you at Sundance, I hadn't seen the film.
Oh, is that true?
It is true.
Yeah.
And so, but I've seen it now, and I loved it.
Isn't it wonderful?
But I have a confession to make.
Yeah.
It really took me a while to warm up to these people. I thought, what's your
Yeah.
fucking problem? I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest with you, they're all rich and they're all spoiled.
And they live on the west side and they're all like
Yeah.
over too much.
And it really, I hate to admit it, but it's sort of easier
Why?
to fall in love with people who are more obviously.
Having less.
Yeah, having less or
And
just
even-
sort of more obviously troubled.
Right.
And I mean, can you appreciate that these folks are
Totally.
real tough to warm up to?
Absolutely, and narcissistic and self-involved and a lot of that stuff. But I do think that those people, need love in their lives too, and need to be loved and need to express it, and that they're kind, But these are I think what I do love, and I do appreciate that. I'm not defending that at all. I think it's appropriate, but I think that the thing about the four of them and their friendship is that they will tell each other that, that we do know a lot of people like that, and if you have friends who give you perspective, who say, what you buy your kid $80 shoes, like what's wrong with giving me $1,000? That's true. It's like an unsaid thought, but it's and that's how Nicole deals with these women. That I think is sort of, I wouldn't say redeeming because I think they're good people. They are they're set up externally, but there are. This town is rife with people who have great outside lives who are miserable.
I think that what's interesting about the movie, without spoiling too much, is that it's saying a lot of things that I don't think I've ever seen in movies. It's saying
agree.
There are metrosexuals.
Yeah.
It's saying
there's a class
divorce
system
is
here.
okay
Yeah.
sometimes. It's saying that not all poor people are saints and not all rich people are devils.
That's right.
And it turns almost every single corner. It goes places that, frankly, we don't expect.
Exactly. That's what Nicole's gift is. That's so well said. I wish I could, appropriate that and just say it all day because it was so. But it's true. I mean, that's her. I think that's her real talent is seeing all of these things that we could see every day. We can probably make these observations and then just don't quite express them the way she does, or don't see the maybe we're compartmentalizing them all until she sees the kind of the line through them all, or how God, that makes no sense if that's the how are people I don't know, skip that. Cut it.
I have to finally.
But I'm glad that you did, because I think that's great that you came in that way, and then it was something that you kept realizing more and more through it what that was meaningful, how it was meaningful to you.
Enough. Good. Thank
Oh
you.
no,
This is
really?
great.
Wait, were you going to ask me?
Stop. It's
No,
fine.
ask me something.
No, it's fine.
You wanted
You
to.
have enough. No. It's
No,
enough. It's
it's
enough.
okay,
good. No,
I promise.
I'll see you in 5 hours at the premiere.
You can say, oh, that's a good idea. Yes, that's a really good idea.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
We're just having a life, which is a good thing. So it's weird. It's sort of weird to come off the weekend because I don't know, well, you were traveling probably and things and such, but it's for us. It's just like it was a weekend. It's sort of like, oh my God, we're working now.
Right.
That's a typical normal Monday thing.
Thank you.
But it's all good, and I like the movie too.
Did you like it?
Yeah, when I talked to you at Sundance, I hadn't seen
that's
the film.
right.
Which is always, that's how film festivals are. Frankly, we're too busy to see the movies. There's just
Right.
too many interviews to do. So it was interesting to have seen the movie after having spoken to you.
Uh-huh.
And I was surprised by what I saw, and I'll tell you. I was surprised at how long it took me to sort of warm up to these people. And I'm sure that has to do completely with my bias as someone who's very middle class. And I'm thinking, well, what's their fucking problem? They're rich, and in the case of your character, your and Greg's characters, they're actually pretty happy. And that's, I mean, we generally don't see really happy rich people on screen. I think that they're in some ways, they're sort of a snapshot of everything that this movie does, which is turn a lot of cinematic conventions on their ear. I mean, do you agree that, I mean, we really haven't seen a couple quite like the one that you and Greg play on screen, and do you think that they are original and a little different?
I do. I mean, I think they exist a lot all over the place, but you just don't see them that often, and you don't see a lot of the focus of this kind of film, and it reminds me of Sideways that way, that you just think, oh, this is the page people are on when they're talking about how they really feel about things and what's really going on. And I definitely felt like that with this movie, that, you know, you don't see a lot of real interaction a lot of times and stuff.
Between grown-ups.
Right.
Yeah. I'm interested in hearing about Nicole, because I mean, I think that she has
Driving force.
and a very unusual sort of clear head, certainly clearer than I have. I mean, to be able to see these things and convey them is just like crazy talented. But you had not worked with her before, is that correct?
No.
So I mean, were some of the actors that you worked with had certainly worked with her before. Talk to me about sort of the Nicole experience, and especially how she directs.
Well, there's so many great pieces of how she directs and is, and one of them is that it's her story, which is great, because she writes very autobiographically. And the other one is that she is a really great writer and is really funny. So, and she's right there. So it's not like you're interpreting someone else's work, or when you have that writer-director thing, everything is so much clearer, because they're telling their story. And because of that also because of her talent and the way she's talented in a very relaxed way. She's a very relaxed person.
And I would imagine you'd need that, especially in this sort of scenario, because this is an indie film. But Greg said he never really felt like it was, that it felt like a big budget movie that with a sort of indie sensibility. Perhaps you could talk to me a little bit about that as well. He said it always felt like an independent film, but he never felt like he was sewing his own costumes.
Right. Isn't he so great? I love him. He's just,
like scary good.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've worked on huge money movies, and this wasn't. I mean, how was this an independent film?
Well, in a weird way, it felt very rich. And it felt rich not because of the amount of money that was in it, but because of, the talent that was involved, and because she had such a great point of view on life, and because it was a very relaxed set, and because that makes you feel so free and comfortable, and you can do your best work. And sometimes it's like, you have to go to a really expensive hotel to pay for someone to be really nice sometimes. And to have that just be there, you feel like, oh my God, you're at the nicest hotel in the world, even though it's not being paid that way. I mean, that's how, freeing and wonderful that kind of thing is.
This is the best Holiday Inn ever.
Well, because
it's okay.
And sometimes you can feel like that at a Holiday Inn. If you're with people that are great and nice,
I get it.
But not the sheets.
No. It's a pleasure. Thanks so much. I do.
Miguel, you have speed.
Thank you.
Not right now. Of course.
Two-shot single, sir.
You have speed anytime you're ready.
Oh, okay. It's a pleasure to see you in this, and I'm a fan. I'm a fan of certain things more than others in terms of your movie performances. I'm an object of my affection guy. I'm an Office Space guy. I'm a good girl guy.
So this falls right into the.
It does. I mean, it seems, and it could just be what I like too, but it does seem to me as if you're most at home with this sort of production, which is a really sort of independently spirited, edgy, doesn't put up with anybody's crap sort of production. And and you've done other sorts of movies that haven't necessarily worked as well. We all have good days,
Yeah.
bad days
Yeah.
projects. Do you feel as if perhaps you are most at home in this sort of thing?
I do. I feel so comfortable. I have to say, I do.
Why
I
is
feel
that?
much more comfortable. Although that's not really true as well, because the movie I just did, The Breakup, I felt great. So, and comfortable, and that felt like the same sort of an energy as this artistic. It was the actors that came first, the script that came first, making it, and that's what's so great about this is you don't have the time and the money to you keep momentum going, and you get, it's all about the acting, it's about the characters, it's that's what I love. Sometimes you always have set pieces, whether it's the story is a set piece sometimes, like a trick or a the game or the form, the little catch. This is just human. This is just life. This is just, and well written, thankfully so beautifully executed, because you have a writer like Nicole who's observing from her and through her eyes. And that's the thing. Independents don't usually get that. They do get that opportunity. Big movies have a lot of chefs in the kitchen and a lot of opinions about what an ending should be and what's real and what's not real.
But you don't seem to gravitate to that. I mean, we don't expect to see
I get
Jennifer
it.
Aniston in Poseidon.
No, that's not going to happen, I don't think. Well, we'll see. I'll try. I mean, I'm determined to crack the code on that.
It'd be a good thing.
I'll try.
You much like this character you play?
I've been in yeah, not much like it, but I've been, the essence of her. I feel like I've walked in the shoes of being of trying to figure out what I want to do and feeling like not having money for more longer than I've been here.
Finally, just talk to me about what's coming. It seems to me as if you've taken some control. You have your own production company, and
No, I don't.
you don't.
I have a couple movies I'm producing, but
You do. There's a difference.
yeah.
But it does seem as if that's sort of the way to endure. I mean, is to produce. Talk about why that's important and what you get out of that.
Well, it's not what makes it important, but it's just something that I felt inspired to do, and that's sort of how Plan B sort of got birthed, was out of a kind of wanting to, it's actually started more like a little garage band, with a smaller thing, and then it turned into Plan B, which of course, as you know, has gotten very big, and then I kind of removed myself from that, and this is great too, and you kind of have to walk through those shoes to realize, that's not really my cup of tea, that big corporate huge thing. I'm more, so the smaller, the more focused you can be, and the better work will be accomplished, because you're not spreading yourself so thin. I just work better that way, and we'll see. I may not do, who knows, but it's fun, and
Thank you for this. I do appreciate
Thank
the
you.
best to you.
best to you.
And Mike, we're rolling.
Good. Two shot within the single from beginning to end over there would be lovely.
I'm never off camera, in other words. Take a breath.
You're never.
Did you
off-
rush?
It's all good. I need to get jazz. Frankly,
Really?
this is with all due
Adrenaline?
respect, you have
Yeah.
a very high Q, low key group of people today.
Oh, good.
I mean, I love this group of people, but these are people who are comfortable in their skin and who are relaxed and smart, and so you don't sort of get that. Hey, Hollywood, blah,
Babe!
yeah, so it's a pleasure. Anyway, it took me a while to get to like these people, or I won't even say like. It took me a while to really give a shit, frankly, because
Their problems are so serious. What do you mean?
they're like $80 tennis shoes or whatever, $80 kids shoes. No, I mean, but can you sort of understand why
Yeah.
they're it really sort of takes us a while to realize that they are human beings, and I would imagine that when you approach actors with the script, I can just see what they were thinking, and maybe not telling you, but they're going, "Why do I give a shit? Why do I care?"
Bull. Or you said shit. Can I say
did.
shit?
Sure.
Bullshit. I don't know what their experience was in terms of that at all. I should ask them. But I feel that it's really it's great to have characters that can be initially repellent, because so many people are initially repellent, and if you have the insight or the patience to stay with them, you realize you're initially repellent as well, because that is us, that is us. We worry about really stupid things, and yet we can be really wonderful people. And that's, I think, my challenge is to show all sides of us.
One of my favorite things in life is to fall in love is a little dramatic, but is to realize I really like someone that I initially hated.
Right.
And I won't go that far. I don't think those extremes don't
Right.
apply here.
Right.
But it is the same process that we have sort of watching this movie.
Oh, good. So you ended up liking these people or caring about them?
Interested.
And you were interested in them. Good.
Yeah.
Well, that's really all you can ask.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
hopefully, I want people to be, not necessarily care, but I guess to be moved by them. Didn't get that to you. Didn't get to the moved stage.
Maybe.
No, you don't have to say it's okay. Believe me, I'm getting enough smoke blown up my ass all day. You can
You get
be
me
honest.
You get me at goodbye. The last scene. The scene
Oh,
with
the
Beth.
last scene. Oh,
That's
good.
It. Her last line. Isn't just a stinger. It's just that's it. Seals the deal.
Good.
But it takes to the
A
last.
long time
it's
for you.
okay.
Yeah, okay. As long as it
It's
happens.
like good sex.
True. Well, I get. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's okay. Oh, good golly. I have to ask about the casting of Jennifer. Just because I will.
He left the room. You made him sick.
Oh, I did. Oh, good golly. He knows me. The casting of Jennifer, though, she seems to work best in this sort of scenario. I think her best movies have been, at the very least, independently spirited. Even the moneyed ones, like Object of My Affection, and Nicholas is an independent director, even though it was a big money movie. This seems to be where she belongs.
But more movies like that are better in general.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Because there's so many big budget commercial movies. There's more that are bound to be lousy.
Talk to me about why hire her. What is it you liked, and what is it you discovered working with her?
Well, I hired her because she had expressed interest in working with me, because I loved her in The Good Girl. I think she's really funny on the TV show, and I saw her in Object of My Affection. I thought she was great. So I know she's good. I pictured her in the part. I thought she could do a good job. And she knew Catherine. I thought she would be believable as everyone as friends, and so I asked her.
To wrap, I hate to ask,
That
and I
was
know
it.
that your movies are often autobiographical, at least elements of. Are you the Keener character?
Oh, no, I can't say that I'm exactly the Keener character. I'm kind of a combination of Keener and Fran McDormand. A little bit of Olivia, but not, thankfully, that bad. I'm kind of spread around.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I do
Thanks.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, Mike.
good to see
Who are you?
I work with Associated Press.
Okay. Associated Press on video.
Yes,
Right.
AP television.
Oh, great.
Give me a two-shot far back as we can go, and within the single from beginning to end there would be great. Thank you. Oh, golly. Well, when last, let me know, are we speaking?
Yes, sir.
Oh, thanks. When last I spoke to you, I hadn't seen the film. I think we must have spoken at Sundance.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, and you guys were out of control.
We were. What was I doing?
You were actually breaking everyone up.
I was.
They had the three girls together, and you and Jason are very bad boys.
Very bad. Yes.
Just from that experience, though, and spending quite a bit of time with you guys together, and I would imagine it doesn't happen with every single ensemble, but it does seem as if you guys really liked each other, and
We
that
did.
there was.
We did, and then something happened, and now it's very sour. No, we did. It was really fun.
As somebody who's worked in many ensembles before, is that a rare thing? I mean, or do you generally sort of end up with a whole bunch of families? Is there your Ally McBeal family and your Sweet November family and your,
And my and the cult family that up in the mountains where I go on for a long time. No, I get along with people. I don't know. This was a great group of people, though, and it starts with Nicole. She creates a really, terrifically relaxed environment on the set, so everyone gets along. You feel taken care of, and like you're in good hands. So that helps everyone to relax and just have a great time.
Now, you had worked with Jason before, right?
Well,
Was it in
we
Sweet
did. We
November?
were in Sweet November together, and I couldn't remember the other day if I don't know that we had any scenes together. Maybe we maybe there's one little thing. I can't remember, actually, if we even crossed paths. But yeah, so we've worked together. Yeah. But I've known Joan for a while, and Franny I've known forever. And so, you know, you sort of end up knowing people for a while when you come to a job like this.
Talk to me, if you could, a little bit of sort of about your the couple that you play with Joan. I mean, they seem to be the most normal.
Yeah, strangely,
happy.
we have the most money, and Nicole lets us be the most sort of well-adjusted, which is a little bit, you know, different than what you expect to see often, I think, in, you know, fiction or film or something. Usually the people with money are the ones that are evil or shallow or something. Excuse me, but in this case, you know, we're pretty happy. So that was an interesting sort of dynamic to create.
And I think that everybody, the movie turns sort of everything on its ear, and which is what makes it interesting.
Yeah. I guess it does, and yeah. I mean, every single thing is turned on its ear. That's a big everything in life. No, yeah, I guess it does turn some things on its ear, though.
If you can talk to me a little bit about sort of the production itself. You've been involved in huge, big money, giant things, and you know, we view this as an indie film with like mega stars.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, was there sort of an indie spirit to the production?
Well, in the sense that it felt so easy. I mean, you know, Anthony Bregman, those guys, Ted Hope and Carrie, they know what they're doing, so they know how to, you know, create a set and a production that feels like you never felt like that you were, you know, sewing your own costumes or something. But on the other hand, it felt when you do a big movie, sometimes there's a lot of pressure because there's a lot at stake. So you can kind of feel that on the set, you know, sometimes. And in this case, not for a second, you know, it just felt so easy, you know, really.
Thank you so much for this. I do
Oh,
appreciate
thank
it.
you.